So allow yourself to come to your seat, to your chair or your cushion, whatever you're most comfortable with. And really the invitation this morning or today is to sit with what's happening. And what does that mean? Not really working with the kind of front of the brain where all the activity is, but settling back a little in your awareness. And just invite your attention a little back, perhaps a little down. And then feel your seat. The kind of sit bones, base of the pelvis. Perhaps the thighs if you're on a chair, and the feet on the floor if you're on a chair, or the legs resting if you're on the ground. You're welcome to use back support if you need it. Or to let the spine itself support you, whatever you're comfortable with, but relatively upright. And as the pelvis settles, or the feet and pelvis settle, can you allow that soft sense of space in the abdomen, as if the rib cage wants to float away? It's not a question of doing anything, just that feeling as the pelvis drops, of the upper body rise. So you're inviting your weight into the floor. And you're looking for a quality of comfort in that sitting position, quality of ease. And as ever, allow a kind of neuroception, a feeling of safety. It's your body and your time, your space, and that sense of feeling embodied, the felt sense of being there, if you like, your own presence. You might want to set a gentle intention for yourself, either for the practice or for the day. And that needn't be words, it could be a feeling. Can have a felt sense of what that might be. And then again, just settle back behind the eyes, whether they're open or closed. And then down to the kind of base of the brain, base of the skull. Down into the kind of delicate muscles of the neck, the underside of the jaw, the throat, the back of the neck, the base of the skull down. Let the throat itself kind of quieten. The tiny muscles in the neck and the sternum can soften. Might even be a gentle heart sense. And you can drop the attention down almost behind the heart, into that quiet place. And just rest there for a moment. Behind the heart, in front of the spine, in your imagination or your felt sense. almost like a comforting hand, loving hand on the middle of your upper back. And then down a little further to rest, kind of with the solar plexus and the diaphragm area, the base of the rib cage area. Again, just in front of the spine there, you can imagine or feel. Nothing to do except be aware that put your attention lightly a little lower. And then down into the abdominal space. We tend to think of that as just the front, but the sides and back, and deep inside, kind of navel area if you like, or a little lower. And then down again into the kind of bowl of the pelvis, the sacral area. Think a little more towards the back of the pelvis. And then the base of the pelvis, that very sensitive area. You have a felt sense somewhere in the body. We're in a time of flux and change in this country and of course around the world. All sorts of things going on. All sorts of potential in the air. Just have a felt sense somewhere in the body of what comes alive for you at this point in time, kind of riding that wave of change. What's it like in that place in the body? Can we acknowledge it? And is there somewhere in the body that feels like it needs a little comfort or acknowledgement? How it feels to be noticed there. yourself a little kind of care that hold that place. You don't need to analyze or work anything out. You don't even need to know what it is. Let it be heard or noticed. And just a little, almost ritual, connecting to the body. Can you just invite into your awareness one sacred being, if you like, or one person, or somebody who's special to you, like a grandparent, or maybe you've got a particular deity or image. Could be an animal, something perhaps wiser and older, bigger than yourself, just to be by your side or at your back. And greet it and say hello. And let that kind of lineage of feeling, that comfort from whomsoever it is, could be a tree, or your dog. And let them kind of clear your space. You don't need to particularly do anything, but just let them be there for you. We've all received a surprise at some times, or a generous gesture. That kind of feeling to it. Can we welcome it? And perhaps you can thank them for their presence and their generosity and their comfort. And you can let yourself be in a kind of feeling of, or a sphere of, if you like, of comfort. You can surround yourself with that. Kind of softness around yourself, above yourself, below, behind, and so on. It's the right kind of size and frequency for you. Might just be the edges of the body, might be beyond. Gives you plenty of room to be at ease. Perhaps the feeling is as simple as putting on your favourite shawl or jumper. Or wrapping a blanket around yourself with your hot chocolate in the evening. That kind of coziness and comfort. And any ideas and pictures and images can fade away, and you can simply rest in the feeling. If you want to nourish yourself with a gentle breath as well, you can. You may not need it. But a kind of soft evenness to the breathing. Again, you might have that sense of being at ease in the flow of things, the coming and going of breath, the coming and going of thought, coming and going of sense impressions. They don't need to phase us. We can be at ease. You might like to connect to a part of the body, perhaps the throat, the heart, the belly. You can bring your hands there or just your attention. Just give yourself that gift. Just nourish yourself with a deeper breath or two. Perhaps sigh out if you need to. And then you can gradually allow your awareness to open. The sounds around you, perhaps the light, the shapes, the forms, and the feeling of the body on the seat and cushion. Maybe you need to stretch. Just gently ease into what you need. No rush.